Welcome back, my students, and today we're going to create trees. Well, some of the cartoon trees that you can see, but first we're going to create the trees using one of the applications that we just made on one of our previous lessons. Now we're going to make the basic shapes. All we have to do is to just drag we're just going to create this fluffy, little bit of a baggy-like shape of fur. But actually, we're just creating the leaves. Now, we're just going to create the tree patterns around this shape. Just imagine slightly oval, bloated, circular, fluffy cotton ball on the screen right now. And then try to trace it, try to create this picture of tracing this cotton ball around this screen that you're just trying to do with the editing. Now, we're just going to make a few adjustments here and there, and we're almost done. Well, it's a little bit tacky, repetitive, or downright a little bit slow, but no worries. I'm trying to do this as fast as possible so that I can show you some of the few things that you can do so that you'll be able to create this as well. Now, this is one of the most used concepts or designs in most fields of art industries, such as video games, mobile apps, or symbols, cartoons, animation, you name it. Now, we're just going to choose a particular color here so that we can make this a little bit of a greenish, dark, lush color. The reason why I use dark green here, it's because based on my research on all trees, plants, animals during my career as a digital graphic designer, I observed that it has this sense of age if you use a darker tone of color if you use a darker tone of color, it somehow represents an age of a particular tree or something organic or plant-like. It has a dark greener tone. When it comes to younger plants, it always has this light green or bright, vibrant green color. Now, afterwards, we're going to create the branch. The trunk of the tree here first, before everything else. Well, of course, we're not going to look at the floating bush on the sky. That would be something of a different kind of tree. But no worries. So we're going to create something of a normal tree would look like. Okay. Now, afterwards, we're going to look for a much darker bark color. The bark of the tree should be a little bit darker. Okay. It complements the color of the upper and lower portion here. We're just going to make a simple tree so that everyone can make this as well. Now, we're going to put this portion this trunk just behind the bush so that we'll be able to make the tree. Now we're just going to add one more layer and then we're going to move that that trunk to the other layer. To the different layer that is different from the other the other portion there. Okay. Now afterwards we're going to make a few of the branches of the tree. We're just going to make it a little bit smaller so that we'll be able to fit this right in. Now afterwards we're going to create some of its branches and then we're going to make some stems and bushes and roots. You guessed it, but not the roots. So we're just going to start with the basic tree for now. Okay. Now we're going to create the tiny little part here. Oh wait, that's a mistake. Now we're going to create a simple vector for the tree, which represents this extension of the older bark trees that are stick to the ground. It gives it the shape of the small funnel-like shape of the tree, but that's what the trunk of the bottom portion of the tree would look like if the soil was a little bit loose. If you will be able to see the tiny root, the one with some of the extended roots on the bottom. Okay, now afterwards we're going to try a different approach now. We're going to create the branches of the tree. No worry. Okay, now we're going to create the branches. there. And then we're going to create another branch as well. We're just going to find the perfect color for that. Okay, there, so that it would blend better. Now we're going to duplicate it and just going to adjust it to a tiny portion here, so that we'll be able to save time in creating the trunk. I mean creating the bushes. I mean the leaves. Now afterwards, we're going to create another portion here, which would create the other part of the tree. Now it's starting to take shape. Okay, perfect. Now, there you go. We're just going to group it, and don't forget to save. And then there you have it. You have your tree, and once again, I'll see you in the next lecture, and as I always say, happy designing.